For most images, you'll probably find that the various adjustments available in HDRFX Pro that affect the overall image, the global adjustments, are all you need to produce an image you're happy with. But in some cases, you might want to apply an adjustment that affects a specific area of the photo. Let's take a look at the ability to apply targeted adjustments with the Selective Adjustment section found on the right panel in HDRFX Pro. To get started, I'll click the Add Control Point button. That will activate the Selective Adjustment tool, and then I can move out into the image to define the area that I'd like to adjust. Let's say I want to adjust the sky up near the top of the image. I'll click, and that will add a control point that I can use to fine-tune this area of the photo. I have adjustments for exposure, contrast, and saturation, and they will be focused in this particular area. So if I reduce the exposure, for example, you can see that I'm getting a dark area up at the top of the image, but I can also adjust the size of that area. So if I'm trying to create something of a gradient type of effect where the top of the image is darkened, but the rest of the image is not affected, I'm able to accomplish that by reducing exposure in this case, but I could also adjust contrast, increasing or decreasing contrast in that area, as well as increasing or decreasing saturation. In addition to those basic adjustments, if you click the downward pointing arrow, you'll have a set of additional adjustments that will affect, once again, just this specific area that you've identified with your control point. And that includes structure, which is something of a sharpening or clarity type of adjustment. We can adjust the black point, the white point, the warmth of this area, as well as the method strength. So, for example, if we've defined a method for converting the HDR image, but we want to modify the strength in one particular area, we can accomplish that with a control point. And of course, I can add multiple control points. I'll go ahead and click the Add Control Point button, and I'll click down at the bottom of the image and perhaps brighten this area up and increase the size of this area just to brighten that foreground maybe a little bit. Maybe even increase the saturation for this area, for example. In this case, applying some relatively arbitrary adjustments, but you get the idea that we're able to apply specific adjustments to specific areas of the image. And of course, we can always go back to these control points in order to fine-tune them. You can see the button for my control point up at the top of the image. I can simply click on that to activate that control again and fine-tune the adjustments, or click on the lower control point, or add additional control points at any time. And in fact, if I expand the control point section here, you'll see that I'm able to select the individual control points and make adjustments to them. I can delete a control point or even duplicate a control point if I want to have variable effect in a certain area. As you're reviewing those targeted adjustments, you can turn on the mask view using the checkbox at the far right of a control point, and that will show you which areas of the image are being affected by that control point. I'll go ahead and turn off that mask view, and you can continue fine-tuning each of those control points as desired, and at any time even turn off the effect of your selective adjustments just by clearing the checkbox for the selective adjustment section and turn it back on to see the effect in the image. So off for the before version and on for the after version so that you can evaluate your results and make adjustments as needed.